Sorkin has gotten a little weaker.
Yeah.
Lately, I prefer his non-legal stuff. Right, like I enjoyed Molly's Game pretty well. He had a couple of other ones that were decent, but I wasn't. I was a little upset because the Chicago trial is epic, and like I've seen documentaries about what went down there, and it's nuts. And I feel like I don't know. He didn't add as much to it. He tried to do his own.
Well, they did a good deal in The Social Network.
But they gagged the black man like in the movie Bananas.
Oh my God, Black Man in Bananas?
No. Has everybody seen the movie Bananas?
No.
Okay, well, part of the movie is a courtroom drama, and Woody Allen gets gagged and tied to a chair, and then he has to question his witnesses with a ball gag in his mouth. It's not a ball gag, it's not BDSM, but you know what I mean. He's gagged. Anyway, they restrained and put a gag on the black guy.
Yeah.
And this really happened because he was constantly complaining about not having an attorney.
Yeah. And then he didn't know
insane.
the people that were there because they were just throwing him in with the others.
Right. That's insane.
It was messed up, yeah.
Like, the fact that happened in New York boggles the mind. And honestly, like, people think that 1969 was a long time ago. Like, it's really not.
That's why they had whorehouses in Times Square.
But you also got to remember that the world has changed drastically.
That's what everyone wants you to think.
No, it's based on the information. It's harder for people to hide these kinds of things. Like, there's always a court somewhere shutting down some subversive. What changed was they started keeping track of it, and that was good. But they didn't really keep track of it because it's still a closed room in the middle of nowhere, and who cares about those guys that don't even go to our church, right? So I'm saying that with technology, with all of the internet, all the 24/7 news cycle, the tweets, it's getting harder to hide these things. People have to truly justify the people they're abusing. Even when they have great justifications to abuse the people, and the people even should be abused, sometimes those people still win because they whine about it so well.
Why don't we just live stream all trials?
Yeah, that's where it's headed. That's the ultimate idea, that any person always can see exactly everything that was decided, not just the final ruling of the just judge, everything that was submitted. That's why it's a public record. But nobody reads all that shit because the lawyers write it, and they write it really boring so that nobody reads it because they're trying to lull everyone to sleep so that one of their arguments slips through the judge's perspective and wins.
Yeah, I would say that 99% of trials are probably pretty boring.
Yeah.
Well, do you think if
Am I right, counselor?
broadcasting all of them, I could see that would easily lead into witness
More information is better than less information.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
No, but look what happens.
Witness
with,
intimidation
Rittenhouse.
gets harder when they can observe people better. It's going to be like Big Brother. Pretty much George Orwell was right. Although I do think that George Orwell should always be taken with a healthy dose of Aldous Huxley, because mostly the way we get there is by being lazy, drugging ourselves out, and buying into it as some kind of fulfilling thing when really we're just hedonistically destroying ourselves.
The Cosby Family?
No. A Brave New World. If I think this is how we would do it, Lou. Maybe I'm just spitballing here, but if the courthouse is open to the public and they can sit in the gallery, then why can't everyone sit in the gallery, so to speak?
Yeah.
Right? You're just giving them a bigger gallery.
Exactly.
I get it, but I just think it's almost
they're doing Zoom already, but they're doing Zoom already, but you can't record the Zoom rooms.
Lou was talking. Can you let me finish?
You can see it. You can record it.
David, I was talking. Can you not interrupt my interruption, David?
I think it brings in the idea of democracy for criminal trials, which you guys, democracy is super gay. I think I think you're really but I think
No.
Okay, unless you could somehow prevent the jurors from seeing any sort of information about what people are thinking about them or what they're leaning during it. Unless you could prevent that, I don't know if that would be. I think it should be available.
You gotta understand, most of these trials are not jury trials. All these trials are happening without juries, and that's the big problem. Most of these things should be jury trials, but they're not. I got denied jury trial for wage garnishment. That's not legal. How can a judge do that without a jury giving me my fucking trial? It's bullshit.
That
May not be
seems
good
ridiculous.
May not be a better lawyer.
No, there's criminal code,
No.
right?
Juries are for determining facts. If there are no facts in question, then there's no jury needed.
No, I expect to give my fucking opinion to the jury so they can give me their adjudication and say yes or no. This is bullshit.
Jury
They don't want your
nullification.
opinion, they want facts. No
So
one
I
cares about
I have a question for Migzed. So Migzed, I got a question for you. So this is something that I'm really
He's asking for a friend.
Yeah. So
Yes, he is Jewish.
Yes, there
Oh,
is
sorry.
for some reason a law in Saudi that you can't own more than 6 dildos. I don't know why you're asking me, but yes.
Yeah, and also stop asking about his circumcision.
It's for a friend.
Yeah, sorry, you're in the Matrix, King. And Diego, actually, instead of going to law school, Diego, you should just have a circumcision. That's what I think you're really looking for. And Mixed, can you please let Diego know what it's like to do an adult circumcision?
I don't know. I've never done an adult circumcision. I knew a kid in my high school that I believe did it when he was like 13 because he came from Poland, and in Poland he wasn't able to circumcise. And I met a couple guys on this app that volunteered for, they were in the same room at the same time. They had an adult circumcision. So they had a better comparison of sex with and without foreskin. So,
And what was the big report?
they said that it felt a bit better to them when they had the foreskin on, but he found that his girlfriend greatly preferred the circumcised penis, and everyone was theorizing that it was from the smell.
Oh, Jesus.
So what we're trying to discuss here technically is the removal of the foreskin, technically a labia reduction surgery to prevent the smegma buildup in individuals like David having smegma buildup. David, do you have smegma buildup on your uncircumcised penis?
This is crazy.
David, do you have smegma buildups from time to time on your uncircumcised penis? Because it's my opinion that people who want to go to law school later on in life, they just fail to see that the law is psychologically fulfilling. But it's really, what you need to do is a circumcision and study the Torah. Rabboinoi Shaloi.
I see. He's saying, really, you have to ask yourself, is there something missing in me for why suddenly you want to change your path in life? No.
Yes, this is self-actualization in a nutshell. This is the unincorporated C.G. Jung shadow work that you have yet to complete, Rabboinoi Shaloi.
I see what you're saying with the nutshell, like a foreskin for the nut. I get it.
I think it was too on the nose.
Don't discount actually circumcision, because I've been speaking with 2 Clown House people over the past 40 hours that actually did adult circumcisions, and they claim that it was due to body dysmorphia. But let's be honest, smegma is what we're trying to reduce here. And so, David, please stay muted.
I talked going to say, I talked to a Muslim guy who said that they circumcised him at 6 years old in his home, as his family all
It's the
held
same
him
age
down.
as Muhammad's.
Yikes.
Yeah, his whole family held him down. It was one
I
of the
really
most
don't know
traumatic
how I feel about
experiences.
circumcision, like, for older people. Seems, like, I get adults. I don't know about kids at 6 or 13. I get it if they're Jews. I don't know.
Do you think that's religious extremism and people should be imprisoned for holding down a 13-year-old son and you know,
If they're
brutally
Muslim,
cutting away at his cock?
I don't
And let me ask you this, when you have a circumcision, technically shouldn't an erect penis be easier to operate on instead of the flaccid penis?
Let the record
I
show.
doubt
Republican keeps talking
I
about
feel like it would bleed
kids'
more now.
penis. Let the record show.
Let the record show that David is human smegma in a clown house form.
Noted.
And I gotta say that was one of my favorite movies. There was something sexual about Howard the Duck. What was it? The sexual tension between Howard the Duck and April, the girl that Howard the Duck was secretly fucking. What was it about that anime? Why was Howard the
Do you wanna
Duck
talk
so
about, like, 12-year-old
sexual?
penis? What other penises do you want to talk
Are
about?
you talking about 12-year-old penises, David? What is up with your PTR? Isn't that a great movie? I love that movie.
Howard the Duck and Jojo the Rabbit.
What was that sexual tension in Howard the Duck? I can't quite place it.
Yeah, that was awkward when I was a kid. That was definitely awkward.
It was implied they had sex, but it wasn't shown they had sex.
Yeah, but wasn't she in her panties?
She was, playing with his hair. That's for sure.
Yeah. That was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, didn't he actually had like an orgasm or something? Because there's a scene where Howard is like, oh, like, April, stop fucking me.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie. I just remember I didn't like it.
Was
Well,
that your favorite
Yeah.
scene?
You know,
David loves that movie, obviously. Otherwise, he wouldn't PTR.
Right.
Oh, that's why it came up.
Yeah.
I like the cultural significance. I wasn't really thinking about this.
Actually, hey, everybody, if you want to, I'm not a Broadway kind of guy, but I got invited to go see Back to the Future.
Ooh.
I highly recommend.
Oh, really? It's good.
No, Marty. The Libyans wanted me to build them a bomb. Instead, I gave them a shiny ball filled with used pinball parts. Let me show you how it works.
They don't bring up the Libyans because of the Muslim hate or whatever. Yeah, they cut it out.
Oh, no. That's the greatest line.
But
What's
wait,
it-
does
what's
Doc
it-
die? Like, is there any reason for Marty to get back?
He does die. He,
What kills him if not the Libyans?
Why do the Libyans have like a rocket launcher? That's so
his
random.
radiation
Like,
suit-
Ohio.
his radiation suit is penetrated and he starts dying from a radiation.
Oh, that's lame. It doesn't even make sense. It's not like, my suit is torn. That's it. I'm down.